We are back with more My Southern Home, and I'm here with Rick Allgeier with Allgeier Air. And Rick, I'm so excited to be here with you because, you know, we talk about the pretties all the time on the show, but with you I get to talk about the mechanicals of a home, which is so important. And there's so many dangers that families don't know when it comes to furnaces.
Well, one of the things that happens is people take their comfort for granted when everything's working. And this house is very comfortable right now, but it could go out like that. And systems don't go out when it's 65, 70 degrees. They go out, like a furnace will go out when it's like 30 degrees, right? So have your system prepared, inspected, tuned up in early fall before it gets really cold, before you need it, before you realize that there's a problem.
And when we talk about problems, most people think of it just not working. They don't think about carbon monoxide or some of the other things that could be happening with that unit.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that can happen on a very low level early in the fall that when you really start using it a lot can create large problems. And they could be safety issues and health issues as well. And a lot of times you don't realize it until it has affected you quite a bit.
So, you know, when we talk about these types of things, you know, it sounds really scary, but having one maintenance check every single year can solve these problems for families.
So having an early fall seasonal check on your furnace, we can come in, identify a lot of issues before they become catastrophic problems. Carbon monoxide, efficiency of the system, we'll tune that system to where the flame is burnt or burning to the efficiency that it needs to so that it doesn't produce carbon monoxide. The comfort level of the house, we can address any issues that maybe you identified last year so we can prevent them from happening this year.
And anytime you remodel your home or make any type of significant changes to your home, you should go ahead and have your furnace checked then as well, right?
It's absolutely right. One of the big things when people are remodeling their home is they want big open spaces. So older homes built before the 90s had closed spaces. Now everybody wants big open spaces. Well, here's what I've seen. People come in, they'll take a wall out. Well, in that wall may have been a return air or a supply air that they didn't realize, and they covered it up. And now all of a sudden the furnace isn't working. Well, they think the furnace isn't working, but really what's happening is the duct system that was ignored and is, you know, on accident, most likely, somebody didn't realize what was going on, has caused a bad effect on the furnace. And the furnace needs to be adjusted for that.
Well, and anytime you make a huge shift in your home as far as rooms, you might want to change where the returns are as well.
Returns are very important. People don't realize, they look at the vents where the air's coming out, but they don't think about the returns. We've seen returns in weird places. I've seen attic air being pulled in through the returns. And these are some of the things that we're able to test the duct system, which is part of the furnace, of the air quality coming back into the furnace to tell you if you are indeed pulling in some attic air or some crawl space air in the case that you might have a crawl space.
When I got my home remodeled last year, I was so freaked out because my heater was not working. And I was like, oh Lord, here we go, right? I need a new HVAC system, and they did not turn my gas back on.
It happens all the time.
Yeah.
And you know, if you're having us out once a year, you know, again, before it becomes an issue, because you didn't realize that until you had somebody come out and look at it.
Exactly, exactly.
So we come out once a year to take care of your furnace, and we'll find those problems for you.
Rick, one of the neat things that I've learned over the years is that every type of problem a home has shows symptoms, right? So what are some of the symptoms that a homeowner will see in their home, which means that they're having problems with their furnace, besides for the obvious that it's not turning on, right?
Well, one of the most telltale signs is how comfortable are you in your home? Do you get hot, then you get cold? Is it unregulated? You try to keep your thermostat set at a certain temperature, but it just doesn't seem to work for all areas of the house. Do you have one room that's colder than the others? A lot of times one of the issues that you'll find is that in the center of the house, everything's comfortable, but it's all the rooms around the perimeter of the house with outside walls where it's not, such as the bedrooms. And it's especially bad for second floor systems.
Rick, you know, one of the nice things about your business when it comes to the service work on furnaces is you're different than the other companies out there. You're not worrying about supply chains and all of those things. So you can get to a family relatively quickly.
Well, we have had those struggles with supply chains, but I can tell you the earlier that you call us, the sooner we can get out to you. The longer you wait into the season, there could be a wait to get on the list to have your furnace either checked if you do have a problem and repaired, or even for the tune-up. So early October is really the best time to call for a tune-up on your system and an inspection to find out all these problems before we get really deep into the heating season.
Well, one of the neat things you guys offer too is service programs. So then families don't have to worry about when to call you. You're going to call them in advance and they get priority.
We have our service club membership, and you pay a small monthly fee, and there's no additional charge for us to come out and do the inspections. And we call you. We send you a text, we send you an email, and we call. So we make sure that we get to everybody before the season gets cold.
I will thank you so much, Rick. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more My Southern Home in just a moment.